The following video is not made for kids. Viewer discretion is advised. Hello to my subscribers, this is the TFNG coming to you with what will hopefully be a special review. And today we're going to be taking a quick look at a Transformers figure that I almost passed on, but then a couple of months ago, almost 2 months ago, around Christmas time, I figured why not get this figure and add it to my collection. So here is Transformers Shattered Glass Blurr. So let's just take a quick moment to marvel at the fact that Transformers figures used to have plastic windows to protect them from dust, germs, and theft, but they don't anymore, which I personally believe is a real shame. But yeah, this is what shattered glass packaging looked like before Hasbro decided to go with enclosed boxes to do away with plastic windows. But yeah, there is Blurr. He is a repaint and a retool of the Studio Series 86 Blurr figure. And he is the Shattered Glass figure is very accurate to Blurr's appearance in the Shattered Glass comic books that were released, I believe, through BotCon and Fun Publications. Blurr did have one of his eyeballs snatched out, so now he has an eye patch made of steel eel over one eyeball. There's a image of his robot mode there, same thing on the other side of the box. Going down to the back, you've got his robot mode and his vehicle mode. He transforms back and forth between both modes in 18 steps. And his bio, which is repeated in 5 different languages, reads, Blurr is a sadistic data interceptor with the ability to steal kinetic energy, zapping anything that moves of their speed to increase his own. So yeah, basically Shattered Glass Blurr, he is just like his non-Shattered Glass counterpart, the fastest thing on wheels. But instead of creating the energy he needs to move at fast speeds all by himself, he steals it from others by taking their speed away from them. So yeah, pretty ruthless way of making up speed. So without further delay, let's get Blurr out of his box and take a close look at him in his robot mode. Alright, and so here is Shattered Glass Blurr out of his box and transferred into robot mode and all armored up. And I gotta say, he is pretty menacing looking. I mean, just take a look at that head sculpt. I mean, yeah, with that evil smile and the eye patch, you can tell that the version of Blurr from the Shattered Glass universe, he is not a friendly robot in any way, shape, or form. And for a size comparison, here he is next to a Studio Series 86 Blurr. And I believe the head sculpt is the only newly sculpted art on the Shattered Glass version of Blurr. So with the exception of the head sculpt is what I was trying to say, you can basically get the same figure just done up in different colors. I love how the parts on the regular non-Shattered Glass G1 version of Blurr that are bright white, they're a dull gray on the Shattered Glass Blurr. And it's almost like everything on the non-Shattered Glass version of Blurr on the Shattered Glass version, it's a darker shade. I do love the purple electricity or lightning bolt color paint scheme that Shattered Glass Blurr has on his vehicle mode. I do enjoy that. I love how the color of the windows of the cockpit are different colors. On Shattered Glass Blurr, it's crystal clear over a white background, and I believe it's yellow on a silver background for Shattered Glass Blurr. Just like Studio Series 86 Blurr, the arm flaps of the vehicle mode, especially the one on the left side arm on him, are extremely loose. What's preventing it from falling back is him having the gas can in his hand. So apart from that loose joint, I really enjoy him overall. Articulation's the same as Studio Series 86 Blurr, so I won't go into it too much. But yeah, it's pretty standard articulation, so if you have the Studio Series 86 Blurr, you should get an idea of what this figure is like. And also vice versa, if you have Shattered Glass Blurr, but you still haven't gotten Studio Series 86 Blurr, I highly recommend getting him. That's pretty much all there is to say about Shattered Glass Blurr. I don't know too much of the background information on him since I haven't read too much into the Shattered Glass stories, but I decided to get Blurr just to increase my number of Shattered Glass Autobots in my Transformers collection. So without further delay, let's get this guy transformed into his alt mode and wrap up the review. Alright, and so here is Shattered Glass Blurr transformed into his alt mode. Same vehicle mode as the regular G1 non-Shattered Glass version of Blurr. It's kind of hard for my camera to pick up the gray laser gun on the brown background of my wind tail. If I hold it above my shadow there, you can see it there. But yeah, overall, in vehicle mode, with the paint scheme the only differentiation between the two. I definitely say you can tell that this is a not so friendly version of Blurr with the color palette that he has, especially compared to the non-shatterglass version of Blurr. So there they are, standing side by side each other. Even though I have the laser gun facing the same way, you can, and if you want to make shatterglass Blurr the total opposite of non-shatterglass Blurr, you can have the laser gun stored sticking out of the front section of his vehicle mode, facing the same opposite directions. But yeah, again, a pretty nice color layout. I really like the yellow on the cockpit, the purple electricity on the black background here on the front of the vehicle mode, and the navy blue compared to the more solid blue on the non-shatterglass version of Blurr. It is a very nice color layout to distinguish the two. So, for the final proverbial question, do I recommend getting the shatterglass version of Blurr and adding him to your Transformers collection? Absolutely. You cannot go wrong having with the evil Autobots from the Shatterglass universe, and Blurr definitely is one of the more evil of the Shatterglass Autobots. It's due to him surviving, having one of his eyeballs taken out, and having an eye patch, and overall, in my opinion, I just really enjoy the paint job used on him. The reason I didn't originally get Shatterglass Blurr when he first came out was because he was such a sought-after Shatterglass figure. I couldn't really find him for what I felt was an affordable price, but I finally did around last December during Christmas. So now that I have him in my collection, I do not regret getting him. So thank you guys all so much for watching. This has been the TFN Geek, and until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and until next time, you guys, transform and roll out. Goodbye, everyone.